What's up, guys? Resident Dog with you. Something a little different today. Nothing fishing or marine related, boat related. We're going to be changing the oil in a 2020 Chrysler Pacifica. Hang tight, I'll show you what you need. So here's a quick overview of parts you need. Obviously you're going to need some new oil, good quality full synthetic oil. It has a canister filter, so a replacement filter. Some shop towels, clean up the mess. Pair of ramps so you can get the vehicle up, so you can get under it to access everything you need. A catch pan for the oil. And tools. You need a socket. Two sockets you're going to need are a 24 millimeter for taking the canister off, replacing the canister filter, and a 13 millimeter for removing the drain plug on the oil. You also need a big flathead screwdriver for accessing the drain pan, the drain plug underneath the vehicle. One thing for safety wise, you obviously can't forget a good quality jack stand. Let's get her up on the lifts and get into it. So your ramps, you just slide them up right up under the tires. And we'll drive it up on there nice and slow. Once you get it up on the ramps, I want to pop the hood, located inside the driver's compartment, right under the dashboard. You can feel under right with the Chrysler emblem for a little latch that pushes towards the passenger side. So open that up. And then grab your hood stand here and slide it right into the slot. There we go. So once your vehicle's up on the ramps, we're going to slide the jack stand underneath so you can work safely underneath the vehicle. The jack stand's going to go right on one of the lower controlling arms. Give you most support up under the vehicle to allow us to work safely. So if this ramp ever fails, we got a backup to stop it from falling on top of us. So right up under the passenger side, there's a little plastic door which has the oil logo on it. So you need your flathead. It's got an arrow on it, tells you which way to turn it. That'll fall right down and show you your drain plug. Alright, let's get this cracked. Alright, you got it cracked loose. Now, I like to lay down a towel. I'm doing this on my driveway. I'll slide my catch pan up underneath. The catch pan is going to have a higher end and a lower end. This oil is going to come shooting out of there, so you want it as far forward as you possibly can. One thing when you're undoing this, the oil is going to be a little warm if the engine's been running. You do not want to drop your drain plug in your oil. I like to put a little forward pressure on it, like I'm pushing it into the drain pan, so when it finally comes loose, I can pop it right out. And then I'll set it on top of the towel underneath my catch pan. It's always nice to have a couple shop towels laying around because this is not a clean job. So once your oil's going, we'll let that drain out. While that's draining, we'll hop up top and swap out the canister filter. I like to pop that up, leave it up when I'm changing the oil. This is where you're going to add the new oil. And then if you look down in here, this is your oil canister. So what you're going to use a 24 millimeter socket to remove. Alright, so you got a 24mm socket. I like to have an extension, makes it a little easier to go. You're going to need a shop towel. Once you get it loose, you don't drip all the oil all over your engine. Remember, this is a plastic piece, so you really don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. You don't want to snap that off and turn a 20-minute project into a 4-day project. So once that's loose, you can get it with your fingers. Now the canister and this lid you're unscrewing is all going to come off in one piece. So once you get it ready to go, it's loose, straight out onto your towel. Alright, so here's your top lid and your canister filter. That just pops right out. And there's an O-ring around here. You want to make sure you take that O-ring off, because there'll be a new O-ring in the box that you'll replace it with. I just pry it up with my fingers and then just roll it right off. Get all my oily handprints off of it. And all this, your old filter and your old O-ring, garbage. Wrap that up, throw it away. You got your new canister filter. New canister filter, new O-ring. Now, what I like to do is some of the oil that's dripped out of there, dip your fingers in it, and get a good coat of oil all around your O-ring. Good coat of oil on my fingers, and just run it all the way around that O-ring. Just like that. And we'll slide the new O-ring back onto the canister housing. Roll it down. There's a groove that it sits in. I'll make sure it's in that groove. The new canister filter, the nipple end down, pops in. We'll throw it back in the car. Alright, so you set your canister filter back in. Got it finger tight. Let's tighten it down a little bit. Remember, you don't want to go super tight. You don't want to really wrench on it. You just want to get it good and snug. There we go. Alright, so most of the oil is drained out. Put a drain plug back in. Always keep a little towel extra. We'll clean up the residue. Again, finger tight. Wipe off the drips. We'll slide our oil pan, our catch pan out of the way. And again, same with the canister filter up top. You don't want to really wrench on this because you don't want to strip the threads out. One of the things I didn't mention was a nice quality funnel. Some of these jugs have a pour spout on them, but a little bit wider mouth to catch it, make sure it all goes in where it should. Alright, so we're back up top. We've pulled the drain plug out, we've drained all the old oil out, we've replaced the canister filter, we've given some time for all the old oil to drain out, put the drain plug back in, close the door up, now we're ready to add some more new motor oil. Undo your cap, pop that off. Put your funnel in. You don't want to just dump it all in at once, but a nice steady even pace. The last thing you want to do is dump it and get engine oil all over the top of your engine. We're aiming for a thorough but a clean job. I like to set that oil pan there, the oil jug. Just let all the oil drain out of it. Alright, all the oil is drained out. The Cap back on here. We're going to retain this. We're going to put the old oil back in the jug. So again, little shop towel. Let's pull this funnel out. I'm going to catch any drips that are going down. Cap back on. Let's get her off the ramps and check the oil. Alright, this is why I left the dipstick popped up. Shove a nice little shop towel. Put it down in there. Pull it out. We'll wipe it clean. And we'll check the oil level. All the way down. All the way out. Money. So there's a quick video on replacing the oil in a 2020 Chrysler Pacifica. The principles for changing the oil, pretty much standard for any make, model of vehicle. Remove the drain plug, drain your oil, replace the oil filter, put the drain plug back in, add the new oil, and make sure you check your oil level when you're done. You don't want too much or too little oil in your vehicle. Both are bad. You can take the old oil and put it back from the catch pan into the jug and take the jug back to the auto parts store for recycling. I do my own oil changes in my vehicles because a full synthetic oil change in most oil change places are upwards of $100. Auto parts stores, you can buy 5 quarts of the oil and a filter for anywhere between $30 and $40, depending. Yes, upfront cost is a little more because you got to buy the ramps, the catch pan, but over time, if you continue to do your own oil changes, the difference between on the high end, say $40 to buy the parts and $100 at the auto parts store or at the oil change place, you're already ahead. So, questions or comments, drop them below. Please like and subscribe. Look forward to upcoming content. Thanks for watching and have a good one.